What's going on, everyone? How you doing? Ron here, Tech Tips to Go, Donor.finance. So in today's video, we're going to go over some VeChain news. We're going to take a look at the socials, the longs, the shorts, Coinbase 50, and the price prediction of VeChain. Before we get into that, we're going to talk about Donor for a little bit. We made some changes. We're still working on Donor. We're going to be launching probably in about 3 months. We've taken a change in direction, meaning we're more focused on making Donor more of a DAO, which relies on the community. So instead of having more of your typical corporate structure relying on an entity, relying on a person, we've gone the direction of what majority of the partners wanted to do is just make it completely decentralized from the beginning as a DAO, because we have all our smart contracts built. And within Donor.finance, that was the overall goal. But I wanted to do it more on a long-term basis to kind of grow the platform by getting the adoption and then grow at scale. So when having the discussions with the partners, what they mentioned is, let's start off with the DAO as a community, let the community grow the platform. People who get into the whitelisting will open up campaigns, and to benefit from the token as a token holder, you're going to be creating campaigns, opening up campaigns, sharing campaigns, etc. So anyways, enough about that. I'll get into it later on. Let's get into the VeChain news. Some basic news over here. So VeChain Stats. They've upgraded VeChain Stats. I remember this site a long time ago. Let's take a look at it. So VeChain Stats is a lot clearer, a lot nicer. You could look at all the transactions, the blocks that are getting produced, the authority nodes, the X nodes, the amount, as well as the transactions. You can look at tokens, the NFTs, some other tools. You look at the charts and the stats. So it's actually a lot cleaner from what I remember VeChain Stats being. And like I mentioned, VeChain's really going the direction of sustainability and really promoting VeBetter. So if you look at one of their latest posts, it says, on VeChain's blockchain, you can do things you love, like listening to audiobooks while making a real world impact. Using tokenization, we bring sustainability actions on chain, extracting their value and rewarding it too. And like I said, I think this is going to be huge for VeChain, VeBetter, and having the community and their DAO really focus on putting it in the community's hands. And this is kind of why I saw the direction of Donor, of my other partners wanting to really put this into a DAO and making and putting into the community, put into community's hands, because every action that you take on the VeBetter platform with sustainability, it betters off VeChain and the ecosystem itself, right? You do something green, clean, that's sustainable, economically friendly, you better off the platform with transactions. Okay, so this is a really good vision that I see with VeChain. Obviously, it's not going to bring transactions to the moon right away, but I think long-term growth, I think this is going to be big for VeChain for sure. Anyways, let's take a look at the social volume for VeChain. So this is sentiment, chains, on-chain, analytics. And what we're looking here is the social volume, the active social volume for Telegram, Twitter, and the social volume by AI. Let's take a look at the AI. So VeChain community is actually starting to wake up. You can see from November 7th, it spikes up a little bit to November 11th. Obviously, everyone was actually awake because Bitcoin actually went pretty crazy. The active social users on Twitter. On Twitter is actually growing quite a bit, which is good. But VeChain has always had a strong community, so I'm glad about that. Still, every community is going to have a lot of FUD, but it is what it is here. Active social users for Telegram is spiking up. That's great. And social volume in general, yeah, of course, we're over here. Social volume in general has spiked up to 46. So it's good. Anyways, if you look at this top chart here, this is the funding rate aggregated by exchanges. Majority of the market was going long, very long on VeChain. So this is the amount of VeChain on exchanges on ERC20 and what their positions were. So majority of the market for VeChain were putting in long positions. Right over here in red, in August, everyone was pretty much going short on VeChain, but here, because of the pump, everyone was really long on VeChain. So whether they use X amount or leverage, who knows? All right, shout out to Marty Party. So he says Coinbase Coin 50 is live. Here's the makeup. So basically on Coinbase, people are saying that VeChain is going to be part of this index. I don't know if it's some kind of index fund that Coinbase is offering, but some people were saying that VeChain is going to be part of this Coin 50. I tried looking at the stats on coin50.com, and I couldn't find anything about VeChain. So maybe people are speculating that because VeChain is in the top 50, they are going to be listed here. So, time will tell, because like I said, I did some research to see if VeChain is going to be listed on the Coinbase Coin 50. I couldn't find it in the links in the PDFs, etc. So I think we'll have to wait. And I think what they're looking at, like when you look at Coin 50, they pretty much tell you, the index components, and they list the big boys like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Doge, XRP, Cardano, and they look at the weight of what this index entails, and it shows a lot of the positive numbers. They also show the worst performing components like IMX, Dogecoin, and Maker. But over here, this is the weight, the combined weight of the index, but then they also show the worst performing assets, which one is IMX. So best performing assets year to date, Quant minus 50, 1 day is 10%, Zcash 11, Avalanche AVAX year to date is minus 41%, but on the daily it's up 3.85%. Anyways, Vinod D'Souza, November 7th, made a VeChain price prediction. This isn't my price prediction. I won't give my price prediction probably until later. But let me summarize this for you. And this was November 7th. November 7th, VeChain was sitting around, around 2-1. Okay, and he predicted that VeChain was going to get, well, he mentioned here that's a lot of sideways action, and he mentioned that VeChain could reach in the next 4 weeks to 0.22. So this was November 7th, and that was completely wrong. Okay, anyways, TA is very tough. You never know what happens in the market, especially when Bitcoin runs. If you went with his price prediction, you would have went with a small gain to 0.22, but you would have missed out on VeChain for a huge 34% incline to almost 3 cents. I think we did hit 3 cents and retrace now back down to 0.026. And for me, you know what? Let me talk about my price prediction for VeChain in the long term. I don't know when Bitcoin's going to run. Who knows when Bitcoin's going to run? But let's say Bitcoin goes to 200,000. And okay, so here's one thing that I like about VeChain. There's a lot of FUD on VeChain that Bitcoin is 80,000, is still at 2 cents, etc. But if you look at what they're doing with RWAs, VeBetter, I think that in the long term, in the long run, is going to bring a lot of transactions, because now they're giving grants. People are building dApps. The community is so big, and people are building on their platform. As people build more dApps, and people start to get rewarded for their actions, and these actions are actually paying you, so you're actually getting passive income for doing green initiatives. That is huge. That is massive, because a lot of people, or like Gen Zs, or maybe like the younger generation, are thinking about the now. Okay, but for people who are my age, or whether you're a girl or a guy, you've got kids, now you're thinking about the future, about how sustainability, how green actions can really help the world, climate change, global warming, etc., right? You start to look at those actions, you put that together with the initiative that VeBetter and VeChain and Sunny Liu is doing. That's great news. And if you think about the transactions, the amount of dApps, think about fast forward in the future. Let's say you got 50 dApps, 100 dApps, 200 dApps. People are doing these sustainable actions. VeChain's giving grants. People are building on their own, building solutions just to better their future. What do you think is going to happen with VeChain transactions, VeTho, the whole ecosystem, right? I think it's just going to blow up. So I think for me, 2 cents is a crazy steal. We saw it go up to 28 cents. I personally think we're going to beat the all-time high, obviously, for sure. In my opinion, do your own research, but I think 28 cents is an easy one to beat. So anyways, that's it for the news. Hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.